terrace. You couldn't smoke in the house.
But that was very far advanced at that time to say go outside and smoke, and I don't want someone to smoke.
Oh, yeah.
But you've been a no smoking advocate for how many years?
Well, I've lost my voice as a result of it. But I'm, in a way, I wish I hadn't lost my voice. But I'm glad I did, because I do theater now. I can't do television. I don't do much.
They took part of your vocal cords.
They took my right vocal cord out. It doesn't.
But the amazing thing is how somebody came to you and found a way for you to find your voice.
Well, yeah, there was a guy who I did an interview because they said I was dying and I wasn't dying. So he said, I think I can help you. I said, are you a doctor? He said, no. He said, so I went to, he said, what do you got to lose? So I went to his place and he gave me really hard exercises, very, very difficult ones. To say,
like
scream,
that?
Scream, scream. So he said, and I had no voice at all.
Just silent when you'd scream?
He said, I think I hear a sound. I said, I think you hear money. But I went to him and he gave me a little voice. And then Tony Randall called and said, okay, I have a venue for you. If we could do one performance of The Odd Couple, I could raise $1 million. So, he was the first one to visit me when I had the operation. And he said...
Because you'd been working together for, what, 4 or 5 years then?
Said, I lost my voice. He said, let's face it, Jack, you never did sound like Richard Burton anyway. But when he left, he said, if and when you want to come back, we'll find a venue for you. And he did.
So he did, and one of the things in Tony and Me that you do, a portion of this is going to his National Actors Theater.
Yes.
Which he really put a lot of money into it, a lot of time.
$8 million he put into it.
And what did you do with them? Why are you still close to the...
Well, it's kind of disintegrated now because he's gone. But I did 3 Men on a Horse.
Oh, there was a lot of great theater with them, right?
No, I did a lot of theater, and good theater. And on Wednesdays, he would invite kids from high schools all over that couldn't afford it for nothing. It cost him $35,000. But he said, I want kids to see good theater.
Oh, he wanted to introduce kids to theater.
Yeah, that's right. And he was wonderful that way. And he did good plays, plays, classic plays. He did Shakespeare, he did St. Joan, he did a lot of good plays.
And since you've been you've been back and on the stage, and you were doing a one-person show.
Yeah, I do.
Is it your own life?
Yeah, it's about
Tell us what it is a little bit, what's it called?
It's called An Evening with Jack Klugman. And Gary, I was talking to him, and I was telling him all the people I worked with, Buffy Bogart and Lauren Bacall and Ethel. He said, write down all the celebrities you worked with. Well, even I was impressed. Henry Fonda, there's so many of them. So he said, try it here. So I did a one-man show.
So you wrote down the names?
I wrote down the names, and then I thought of all the incidents in which I learned from them. I learned a lot from Henry Fonda. He's the best actor I ever worked with. Not one of the best, but the best I ever worked with.
And why?
Because he didn't know how to lie. He'd look you in the eye and he would tell you the truth. And it was inspiring. He wrapped you in his concentration, like Kim Stanley did.
Same thing?
Yeah, I studied with Kim Stanley. We studied...
Well, we didn't get into that. I was going to ask you if you studied acting. I thought you were taking truck driving lessons, but you were taking acting lessons all the way along?
I went to American Theater, and then I studied with Lee Strasberg for 3 years.
Oh, you did?
Privately. I couldn't get in the studio. I auditioned 5 times, couldn't get in.
You should hire him separately.
So I went separate.
But then when you went on stage, what'd you do with these actors? Did you name the actors and then talk about them?
Well, it was questions and answers. They would ask me about... I lived with Charlie Bronson for 2 years. We lived in one room on 113th Street in New York, $7 a week. And I talked about Charlie. I met him in Atlantic City, and we were very friendly. And he was the one that got me in good shape, got me to exercise. And I got my first job, Mr. Roberts, because I was in good shape because of Charlie.
So isn't that a book?
No.
Oh, yes.
No more books.
Yes.
I will not write any more books.
We're going to call Adam, your son, and say, this is the next book, your one-man show.
No.
So thank you so much for being with us today.
It's over.
It's over. It's so fast. But we'll be back with Kevin Early, and take Jack Klugman's book and read it because it's fabulous.
You can get it online.
Hi, I'm Joan Quinn, and welcome back to the Joan Quinn Profiles. I'm here with singer-performer Kevin Early, who was born in the suburbs of Chicago, graduated from the College of the Lake County, and earned a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Musical Theater at Webster Conservatory in St. Louis. Kevin was on Broadway in Thoroughly Modern Millie, in Les Miserables. He joined the tour of Les Miserables, and when it played in Los Angeles at the Ahmanson, guess what? He defected.
I got off.
He got off the boat and stayed. Why did you do that?
My wife and I needed a little bit of a change, so we decided to move out here to Los Angeles, and the weather was unbeatable from New York and from Chicago, and we stayed out here, and we're having a great time.
Is she in the theater too?
My wife Julianne Emery is an actress. She's been doing TV film stuff out here. One of the reasons we moved out here was so that she could really pursue that aspect of her career. So both of you? Yeah.
So we've seen you, I saw you in Can at the Pasadena Playhouse, Sleeping Beauty Wakes at the Kirk Douglas Theater. And wait, I saw the other one at the Kodak, the 10 Commandments.
The 10 Commandments.
So I've seen you a lot.
Yeah.
And you didn't even know it.
I didn't even know you saw me.
So when you got off the boat, when you got off the Les Mis,
yes, the Les Mis tour,
you started doing all these things here?
Yeah, it's been a really great experience here. We've been here for about 6 years now, and it's really been, kind of working steadily. There's not a lot of leading men who want to stay in LA, so that's been to my benefit. But
do we call you a tenor?
Lyric baritone.
Lyric baritone?
Lyric baritone.
What's the difference?
The quality of your voice. A tenor has that kind of high, a little more nasally sound. And a baritone has that kind of richness.
So you're in between?
So I'm a little in between, but a lyric baritone can sort of go up to those notes that a tenor usually sings.
So did you study opera?
I didn't. I wish I had a little more opera under my belt, because it really is something that I'd love to be able to try to plug into at some point, but I never really got the chance.
You've been here for 6 years, you said, or you've been here for. Do you find being able to get roles here easier than New York?
It's interesting. I think a lot of people in New York end up, if they don't get into a Broadway show, which is really, quite difficult, and to get in one that's going to run for any length of time, a lot of people end up doing a lot of regional theater. So what's nice about staying in LA is it's pretty much like doing regional theater all the time.
But you
get to stay at home. I think if I was in New York, I probably would have ended up doing a lot of regional theater. And what's nice about staying here is you get the weather and you get everything. So I've done a lot of roles here.
And you in Chicago, you did a lot.
Yes.
Did you do Assassins in Chicago?
I did a production of Assassins at the Apple Tree Theater, which I received a Joseph Jefferson Award.
You got a great award. That's such a good play. But also in Chicago, you started in Mama's Boys.
Mama's Boys.
What was that?
Why you gotta bring that up, Joe?
I don't know. We were in Chicago.
Yes.
4 years old?
I was 3 or 4 years old. Mom corrected me. She said it was 3.
Oh my gosh.
And she
child genius.
She was a performer, and I have 3 older brothers. We're all 2 years apart, and I'm the youngest. And she put this little red, white, and blue outfit, bowler hats, kind of top hat thing together.
So cute.
And threw us out on stage singing George M. Cohan music, and it was. I'm sure it was really fun. I was 3. I don't remember much about it.
But your mom, Diane, was the artistic director at the Marriott.
The Marriott Lincolnshire Theater in Chicago. She was the artistic director there for about 25 years, and so I sort of grew up on that in that aspect.
Do you think it was nepotism? Putting you on the stage?
No, that was
Tell me why.
That was the great thing that my mom did. She never let anybody cast me unless I was twice as good as the next person, and it really made me work a lot harder.
Is that right?
Yeah, she never wanted anybody at her theater to ever think that I was there because of her.
And what about the other boys?
None of them actually got into the business. My brother Dave plays guitar. My brother Tom is a computer programmer. My brother Mark is an electrician, and all 3 of them decided that a stable life and having a steady job was a little more important. And